everyone, welcome back. Today's video is a Shop My Stash. We're going to go through and pick out some makeup from my makeup collection and create a makeup look. I love filming these videos. If you're new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty and makeup content here on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I am posting every day in December. I hope you'll stick around and subscribe, but we're going to go ahead and get into the video. We'll pick out the makeup first and then move into the makeup look. So let's go ahead and get started. Right, we're going to do a Shop My Stash today, and we're going to pick out a few products. Back this up a bit. So we're going to pick a concealer and a corrector first. So I have my correctors back here. I'm thinking I kind of want to use my Becca correctors and mix them. I've been liking that combo lately, so I think I'm going to do that. And then for a concealer, I kind of want to use the NYX Born to Glow again. I haven't used this one in a while, so I think I might do that. And that's it for concealer. Then we have foundation. Let's see here. Maybe this. I haven't used the L'Oreal Age Perfect in a long time. I actually don't remember the last time I used this. So I kind of want to do that, I think, for foundation. Then we have primers and highlighters down here. So I'm thinking I want to use a primer today. Maybe we'll use this from Makeup Forever, the Skin Equalizer. I haven't used this in a long time. I think I might do that just to see how I like it. And then for a highlighter, honestly might use the Merit highlighter. I haven't used this in a long time either. They sent me this a while ago, but I think I might use that. I might not even use highlight, but I'll bring one over just in case. And then we have powders down here. I think I'm going to choose more of a matte powder since the concealer and the foundation that I picked are both pretty glowy. So I guess I think I'll do the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. This is Sheer Light. I like this one, but I haven't used it lately, so I think I might do that one. Then in here we have brow products, eyeliners, and mascaras. I'm thinking I kind of want to use the Refy Beauty brow gel again. So I think I'll do that. And then maybe the Dior brow styler with it. And then for mascara, I'm going to use Benefit Roller Lash. I have two of those open, so I'm really trying to use at least one of them up. I may end up changing my mind, but I might use the Huda Beauty Lip Contour in Honey Beige. I haven't used that one in a while. I'm also going to bring over Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut just in case I want something a little more pink. I think I'm going to hold off on lip gloss for right now. I may end up picking a lipstick and then picking lip gloss later. So I think that's all in here. Now, I actually might use this. I just got this actually from Almay. It's the Healthy Hue Blush in Nearly Nude. I haven't used it yet, so I think I might do that one. Alright, then I have my smaller eyeshadow palettes in here, and I'm actually thinking I want to use one of these. I got 2 new ColourPop palettes for Christmas. I got off Melrose and then the Disney Designer Collection ColourPop palette. I kind of want to use the off Melrose palette today, I think. So I think we will do that one. And then for bronzer, I kind of want to use the Butter Bronzer. I haven't used this in a while either, so I think I might do that one. Probably going to pick a few things since I don't really know what I'm going to do on my eyes. I think I might do this Revlon lipstick in the shade Bare It All. It's just kind of a pinky nude. And then let's see what else. And then we may actually choose a lifter gloss maybe. I'm gonna do Stone, I think, from the lifter gloss, but we may end up changing this out after we finish the makeup. All right, let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is use a little bit of the primer. So I picked out the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer. I think I bought this, I don't even remember. I've had it for a while, and I bought it because I saw, I think it was Melissa Herkman. She's one of my favorite makeup artists. She does a lot of stuff on Instagram, but she, I think it was during the Sephora sale. At one point, she was saying how much she liked this primer. I like her a lot. I'll put her Instagram name up on the screen. She's great. She has a very similar style of makeup to Kellyanne that I'm always talking about. All right, for brows, I pulled out the Refy Beauty Brow Gel. I actually used this a few days ago, and I saw someone that I follow on Instagram talking about this brow gel, and they were saying if you have issues with the white color when you're using it, that you should run it through your brows. Do not twist the applicator. Like, keep it on the same side each time you go through the brow. That way you're not constantly adding more and more of the white product. You're just kind of redistributing what you've put there. And ever since I saw that, I've been doing it, and it actually does work. It's just if you keep adding more and more product, like see how there's more white stuff on this side? Now I've kind of lost my place, but if you keep adding more and more product and keep moving your wand around, then it's going to be much harder to disperse the white product. But if you don't, it works really well. Like that just worked really well on that side. So I think maybe that's what I was doing wrong with this. So now that I've moved on to the other brow, I'm going to flip the wand and use the other side, because I do feel like this product holds the brows pretty well, and it definitely fluffs them up really well. So I feel like if I could get down how to apply it and not have too much of the white cast, I would really like this product. Okay, so once you kind of get it distributed, then you can take this end. So this has a brush, and you have little tiny teeth on this side, and then you have like actual brush hairs on this side. So I'm using the actual brush hair, and I'm just kind of smoothing over these hairs, and this kind of intensifies that laminated eyebrow look. You could also skip this if you didn't want that. All right, for corrector, I pulled out my two Becca, or I guess one is Becca, one is the old Becca, and then one is the new Smashbox Becca. And I am going to mix the two of these correctors. That's what I've been doing when I use them. I just find the color of the two combined works the best for me. So I typically take a little bit of the original Becca, which was the fair light shade, and then I take a little bit of the medium in the new corrector, and then I just kind of mix them together. I actually love the finish of this Becca corrector. I love that kind of pearly luminosity. So that's the color right there. But I do wish I didn't have to mix the two shades. I wish there was a shade in between the fair and the medium. I feel like a lot of people could benefit from that. So maybe they'll do that eventually. I don't know. But I'm going to take a bit of this under my eyes. It's also pretty difficult to get out the right amount of product so you don't waste it when you mix them, but I just like the color of the two mixed better than I do on their own. All right, now I'm gonna take my finger and kind of tap this out. So I'm kind of tapping it all over my under eye, but I didn't put ton of additional product out in the outer corner, especially on this eye because I'm not super dark on the outer corner on this eye. I'm a little bit darker on this eye, so I will probably add a little bit out there, possibly. All right, and then this eye is typically a little bit darker. So I'm actually gonna take some of the product that's on the back of my hand here, like just a little bit, and I'm gonna tap this on. All right, for foundation, we're gonna use L'Oreal Age Perfect. I have not used this in a long time. I wear the shade Golden Ivory, number 20. Actually, let me make sure I shake mine up. This has SPF 50 in it, which is really nice. And then I'm gonna apply it this way. I do like this bottle applicator because you can just kind of squeeze it on your face if you want to. All right, and then I'm gonna spray my face with my Morphe spray. I've been doing this pretty much every time I do my makeup now before I blend in my foundation, and I don't know what it does, but it really helps the foundation spread on your skin, and I feel like it kind of helps with longevity with your makeup as well. I will say this foundation, if you don't like something pretty dewy looking, I don't think you'll love this foundation. It definitely has more of a luminous finish to it because, well, it's a serum foundation, number one, and number two, it has the SPF in it. So typically foundations that do are a little more on the dewy side. All right, so that L'Oreal foundation is, I would say, like a light medium coverage, but we're gonna go in with concealer now. So we're gonna use the NYX Born to Glow in, let's see, think this is the shade Vanilla. Yeah. And Vanilla is what I wear in the Bear With Me Serum Concealer that I've been loving. But I haven't used this one in a little while, so I honestly can't remember how I feel about it really. I know that it's very dewy from what I remember. And I'm gonna apply some on my face as well. So this is a little bit lighter than that L'Oreal foundation. I feel like the L'Oreal one is a little bit dark for me right now. All right, now I'm gonna go in with my same brush and just blend out the concealer. I'm just gonna flip the brush since I'm already using this brush and just gonna blend this out under my eyes. All right, now I'm gonna use the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil Powder and just kind of lightly set my face. I'm gonna use this Sephora Collection powder brush and just kind of lightly tap over my face since we're gonna use powder, bronzer, and blush today. And then I'm just gonna apply a little bit of that powder under my eyes. All right, for bronzer, I pulled out the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is just the original, just the bronzer shade. This used to be like my go-to bronzer. It's so good. I just hate the packaging. Talked about that before. I despise the packaging of this bronzer. Other than that, I love it. All right, and then for blush, I want to use this Almay Healthy Hue blush. I actually got this at Ulta a few days ago, and I got it on clearance for like $2. I think the particular Ulta that I went to, I guess they were not going to carry Almay anymore, so they had everything clearanced. And this was one of the things that was left, and it was so affordable. And I actually really wanted this blush anyway. So I am going to use an angled blush brush and just lightly apply a little bit of this. It's a very neutral blush, but it's really pretty because it goes with everything. All right, I zoomed in a little bit because I'm going to fill in my brows. I pulled out the Dior Brow Styler, so I'm going to use this first. But then I think I'm going to use my NYX brow pen and kind of add a few more hair strokes if I feel like I need to. All right, so I kind of filled them in a little bit with that, and then I'm going to use my NYX brow pen and just add a few more little hair strokes. All right, so I went ahead and primed my eyes with my NARS primer. Figured I would skip through that. And now we're going to move on to the eyeshadow. So we're going to use ColourPop off Melrose today. Like I said earlier, I got this for Christmas and never used it. Figured we would use it today. This is a really pretty color story, actually. I remember when this palette came out, I liked it immediately. I just never got it. So I'm gonna go into this shade first, which is called Boutique, and it's kind of a mid-toned brown, but it looks like a little bit of shimmer to it. It looks like one of those mattes that has shimmer in it. There's probably a name for it, but I don't know what it is. But I'm gonna take this and apply this in my crease as our transition shade. All right, next I'm gonna go with Angelo, which is right here. Just kind of a light, kind of a metallic gold, like a light gold. And I'm gonna apply this all over the lid. Okay, and then I'm gonna go into this matte right here called On the List. It's kind of a matte purple, kind of a pinky lavender, I guess. And I'm gonna put this in the outer corner. I actually haven't gotten any ColourPop palettes in a while. I feel like I get behind on them very easily because they come out with new things pretty much every week. All right, and then I'm gonna go back into that first shade that we used in the crease. And I'm gonna take that same fluffy brush and go back over it. Just add a little bit more. All right, then I want to use a little bit of this shade. So it's kind of a reddish brown. And again, it's that matte with shimmer in it. It's called $10 Latte. And I'm going to use that same brush we used in the outer corner earlier. And I'm just kind of placing it down there. And then we'll blend a little bit. All right, and then I'm just gonna take the fluffy brush we used in the crease and just kind of go over the edges lightly. That shade went on just a little bit patchy, so I feel like I kind of need to blend it a little. Kind of want to take a little bit of this light, kind of a silvery purple shimmer. Looks like that. And I'm going to pop this just in the center of the lid. I'll take a little bit of the dark brown matte. This is called Down to Earth. And I'm going to just line my upper lash line with this. Really just the outer half, actually. So I did just make a little bit of a wing shape. And I used the BK Beauty 208, and then I just kind of filled in the gaps. All right, then I'm gonna take the crease shade again, which was Boutique, and I'm gonna put this on the bottom lash line. I kind of wanted to use a little bit of this shade. It's called Fairfax. It's kind of a lavender with almost like a blue tint to it. I might honestly just put a little bit on my eyelid. It's a very different shade. It's pretty though. Then I'll just do one final blend with my brush. All right, for mascara, we pulled out Benefit Roller Lash. All right, and then for the lips, I'm going to use the Huda Lip Contour 2.0 in the shade Honey Beige. All right, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of this Revlon lipstick in the shade Bare It All. This is a really pretty light pinky nude from Revlon. And then I'm gonna put just a little bit of the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Stone, which is a pretty nude. Look. All right, and then we'll just do, oh, I just realized I never used the Merit highlight stick. Maybe I'll try to use some with my finger real quick. So this is the shade Kava. I think this comes in 2 shades. The other one is more of a rose gold. This one is more of like a champagne-y kind of highlight. I don't really need any highlight, but I'm gonna apply some anyway. And this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this Shop My Stash. These videos are so fun. I love filming these. And I wanted to quickly kind of look more closely at my face. Obviously, this is combination of products I've never used before. I will say everything looks pretty good. Other than, I still cannot decide about that Refy Beauty brow gel. I still, if you look really, really close, can see that white residue in there. I don't know. I mean, it looks good from far away, but I don't know if it's my favorite. I still think the Patrick Ta is the best. The Patrick Ta Brow Wax. And I do really like this eye look. It's kind of different, but kind of not. I want to use this palette again and maybe use like these two, like this green and this kind of olivey color. But I do like this palette. It's different. I don't have anything with a color story quite like this one. And I like how this turned out. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. I hope you'll subscribe if you're new and follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair. I will see you guys tomorrow for another video. Remember, simply be you. Bye.